Well, the marriage before I found Mort was difficult because we were a blended family. It's a second marriage. And so when you move on to a new situation, a second marriage in particular, there are many new habits of the person, your new partner, that you have to grow accustomed to, and everyone has different styles of parenting, and that was one of the things that we had kind of clashed on before I seeked Mort, and it didn't seem to get better. And what we did was we went to a therapist together, marriage counseling, and it was more or less rehashing the events that we were stumbling over, and we had to try to work through them through the counselor's methodologies that I did not necessarily agree with, and to really go in there and feel that we were just rehashing and reliving the experiences. I did not find that helpful. And that was about 6 to 10 sessions of that. And then I said, no, we need to find a new way. So we got to a point where we separated for 4 months. And then I looked into the internet and researched of ways to resolve issues and make the marriage stronger and better. So I found Mort, and I just put in the search engine in the Google, and his name came up. I read through the testimonials, and I found very positive, of course, stories on Mort's program, his methodologies and principles that were what I was really looking for. I was looking for someone who had a program that would find the positive in fixing the marriages and not rehashing the negative and reliving and just spinning our wheels and chasing our tail. So now I went through the program in January as a Lone Ranger. We were separated still at that time. We separated back in the end of November, and in January I did the program. So that was January and February, and I said, wow, reprogramming myself to become the quote-unquote more involved husband, and it helped steer me in that direction. So I went through that program, and then we had met several occasions, my wife and I, and talk about the program together. Even though I was in it by myself, I shared the information that I was learning with her and kind of revisited the issues that we had prior to the program. And she was pretty receptive to it, and we worked out and kind of went over the events that we kind of were stumbling over. And the program helped me get through and realize what I was doing on my end, because you can't expect someone to change before you change yourself. And that was what I was focusing on, is what was I doing? What was my piece? What was my role in this? And that's how I was able to work through it with my wife. So now we moved back together. I was out of the house. I came back home in the middle of March. And so now it's been about 3 months, and on a consistent basis, one of the points that Mort, one of the points that he really reiterates is that you have to be consistent. You can't just go through the program and go through it the 8 weeks and then not revisit and stay in the process. That was the other one of the points that I that sticks in my mind, and I'm working on staying in the process. I revisit my book, my notes, occasionally to make sure I'm directed into the right direction and stay on the path that I've been on since January, since the program. And the last 3 months have been very nice, much different than it was prior to the program, the marriage fitness program. I would say you should absolutely give it 100%, 150% effort if you're going into this, and do the whole program through and through. Do not skip over, don't take any shortcuts. And I think it would be very beneficial for both partners to participate in the program. But however, the Lone Ranger is a great track as well, because as Mort mentions, one person can make a difference in the marriage, and I feel that by me participating in this, I was able to make a significant difference.